Hello, everyone.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening. How are you?
Yes. Oh, pretty good. Thank you. How about you?
I'm fine, Wen. It's morning for me in Atlanta.
Oh,
The sun is coming up
it's
now.
morning now in your country.
I'm in the United States and I'm in Atlanta. I'm very far
Atlanta,
away.
and now it's morning in your country. Yeah.
It's morning in Atlanta in the United States. And
Ah,
it's evening for you in Vietnam.
yes. And now is uh, 6:48.
Yeah. For me, it's 7:48
6
in the
o'clock.
morning.
7:48 morning.
hmm We are a long way away from each other. I'm very glad to meet you.
Hi, Jack. I'm glad to meet you. My name is Quang, and I'm a novice lecturer at the University of Foreign Languages.
Hello, Quang.
So,
How are you?
yeah, I'm joining your sessions here today to help you. And I would like
Okay.
to express my deep gratitude for your sharing. Yeah,
I'm happy to be here, Quang.
yeah.
I'm glad to
Thank
meet
you.
you. Have you been to any of the other writing classes, or is this your first time?
Oh, this is the first time for me.
Okay, well, I'm very glad to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
Just trying to get a few things ready. I've got a lot planned for today. Everyone, if you would please look in chat and see the link in chat. There's a document that I would like to work with you on today. Everyone, if you can hear me, there is a link in chat to this document. And if you would please download this document and have it for yourself. This is the first thing we're going to talk about in class today. So since you're nice and early, thank you for being early. It's always very helpful to the class.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, Hung Wen. How are you?
Yeah,
My
I'm
old
good.
friend. um, yeah, if I would like for everyone to look at this document. So if you would go get it from my Google Drive and download it for yourself. you're going to be editing it slightly. So just have it on your desktop. Oh, please try not to write on the whiteboard. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. I need to do something. Um,
Sorry. Yeah, you say that you will like send us some link on a box
yes, it's
chat
in
box,
chat.
but yeah, you have not shared the link.
It's
Like
in
I can
it's
see
in
it.
chat. Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
can you please
Oh, it
send
didn't
send
work.
it again?
I think that is there already. I can
Oh,
download the file.
yeah, but
Oh,
my box chat it had not had yeah don't have the link on the chat box. So can you like send it again for me?
there you go.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
I see it already. Yeah.
Okay. There are so many things that can go wrong. Let me see. What was like? Oh yeah. Um, I want to go here. Oh, okay. Ah, oh, that's how I do it. Okay. Share screen, whiteboard. Right. Okay. Um, Hello, everyone. I'm Jack. I'm going to be talking to you today about pronunciation. And I would like for you to look in the chat box and click on the link to download a document. And I will show you the document that I would like for you to download. It's this one. And we're going to be talking about thought grouping to begin with today. Has it been a nice day in Vietnam today, in Hue? Has the weather been good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No
The
rain
weather
today?
is quite good.
All
Just
right.
a little bit hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the temperature?
Oh my God. I can't. I don't know the like exactly, but it's
Uh-huh.
about 23 Celsius degree.
27.
20.
27.
Okay.
Yeah.
27. That's not hot. Come on. It probably
You know,
gets,
I'm live. Yeah, I have lived in another province before I come to the Hue city, and
Hmm.
my city is quite like have extreme weather.
Oh,
So
is it north or
yeah,
south?
yeah,
North or
in
south?
middle, but in middle, but
Uh-huh.
like is nearby north.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
so Way is
And
in the middle, right?
yeah. So like when I live in Hue City, I just
Hmm.
you know I used to live in a province that have extreme weather.
Hmm.
So in when I live in Hue City, people where people always say, well, today is so hot, but I think it's just normal. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because yeah.
Well, here in Atlanta, it gets very hot. Um, and we measure, we talk about the temperature in Fahrenheit, and you talk about the
Yeah.
temperature in Celsius or centigrade. But in Atlanta, it gets to be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit sometimes. So Atlanta is,
Really? Oh.
yes, it gets very hot here in Atlanta. Um,
So in the subway, what do what people do? Like they have to stay in home every day.
well, we use a lot of air conditioning. We have air conditioning in our houses. We have air conditioning in our cars. We have air conditioning in the shops and restaurants. Everybody uses air conditioning in Atlanta in the summertime.
Okay.
When I was a child, we did not use air conditioning, but in my lifetime, everybody started using air conditioners. Good morning, everyone. If you're just coming to class, please look in chat and look at the link and download this document and have this document open and on your desktop during class. We're going to be talking about thought grouping, and we're going to be listening to former President Barack Obama and we're going to be looking at this document. Okay, so can anybody tell me what is unusual about this document, about the writing in this document? This is not normal. What's different about this document?
These paragraphs don't have the topic sentence.
Yeah, okay. There are no paragraphs. What else is different? Can you see sentences?
There is no punctualities.
Right. There's no punctuation. Yeah, there's no punctuation. And what else? That's a good observation. There's no punctuation and there's no capitalization at the beginning of sentences. So it's very difficult to tell where sentences begin and end. There are no periods, no capital letters at the beginning. And I'll demonstrate what I want you to do. Um, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to stop sharing that, and I'm going to share a video of President Obama. And let me just show you how we're going to do this. So this is the end of his farewell speech. He's saying goodbye to America. He had been president for 8 years, and now he's saying goodbye. So that's what a farewell address is.
My fellow Americans.
Okay, so he says, my fellow Americans, and then he pauses. Okay, he stops or he pauses. What I would like for you to do is, and let me share the document again. Okay, so I want you to look at the document, and you can see that he says, my fellow Americans, and then he pauses. And what I want you to do is, wherever he pauses, I want you to put a slash. Okay? And this is, you're not going to turn this in. Don't worry about it. You could put any kind of slash you want, but I just want you to write a slash like this wherever he pauses. And the reason we're doing this is we're going to put words in chunks. So we're going to see a thought. So his first thought is, my fellow Americans, and that's a thought. So we're going to just kind of look at English thoughts and put them in groups. That's why it's called thought grouping. And that gets us to focus on chunks of language or pieces of language. Okay, let's do that one more time. Let me share that again. Okay, hold on just a minute. So share video.
It has been the honor of my life to serve you.
Pause. Okay, so let's go back to the document. Now, so where do we put the next slash?
After the words
After the word?
perfume.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, you're right. It goes here. So here's where you're going to put the slash. Okay. All right, so by now you would have a slash here and a slash here. And now I'm going to undo what I just did. I'm going to play the whole video, and I'm going to ask you to put slashes wherever President Obama pauses. So pause, slash, pause, slash. Everybody okay with that? And then,
Okay.
and it goes down to, this is the end where he says thank you. So it'll be over when he says thank you. And then we'll look at it together, and I will show you where I think he paused, and we can compare our notes. There are some times where he pauses just a little bit, and sometimes he pauses pretty hard. So you can you will probably have different opinions about where he pauses, but group his let's group his thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to play the video and you use your document. And you don't have to really see the video, you just need to hear it. So however you want to do that on your computer or device, that's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing the document. Okay, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start it over. Have your document ready and listen carefully. I'll play it one time and then we'll do it together a second time. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go.
My fellow Americans, it has been the honor of my life to serve you. I won't stop. In fact, I will be right there with you as a citizen for all my remaining days. But for now, whether you are young or whether you're young at heart, I do have one final ask of you as your president. The same thing I asked when you took a chance on me 8 years ago. I'm asking you to believe, not in my ability to bring about change, but in yours. I'm asking you to hold fast to that faith written into our founding documents, that idea whispered by slaves and abolitionists, that spirit sung by immigrants and homesteaders and those who marched for justice, that creed reaffirmed by those who planted flags from foreign battlefields to the surface of the moon, a creed at the core of every American whose story is not yet written. Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you. May God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Okay. So he is a very good speaker and he's very effective in his use of English and in his use of pausing, because he uses pauses to give emphasis to some things that he's saying. So now I would like to share with you my slashes and see if they're the same that you got. Let me go find, where did I put it? Oh, I know, I didn't put it up yet. Give me just a minute. I've got to go get it. Here we go. Okay, now I can share it with you. Okay, this is where I think that he paused. And I may have made mistakes, or maybe I didn't think the same as you. It's okay. But I would just like for you to think about thought grouping as a way to kind of pay attention to the big chunks of language that people use. Okay. I think I probably should have put one down here at thank you. Um, but anyway, this is what I thought, where I thought he paused. And you may have different ideas. You may have had more pauses than I did or fewer. It's okay. But this is where I thought he paused. And I can't share this with you at the same time I do the video, but we can do this. I'm going to stop sharing the document and I'm going to go share the video. Okay. And we can kind of play it and pause it and talk about it together.
My fellow Americans,
Pause.
it has been the honor of my life to serve you.
Pause.
I won't stop.
Pause.
In fact, I will be right there with you as a citizen.
Pause. Okay. He uses those pauses for emphasis.
For all my remaining days.
Okay, so you get the idea, right? So this is called thought grouping, and it's the way that we're going to start today to talk about pronunciation, because today we're going to be talking about things that are very small, sounds. And so I wanted to start with thought grouping so that we can start with a bigger picture of paying attention to language and then going to the smaller picture of paying attention to language and the sounds of language. Okay, so I've got to look at several documents all at the same time. So give me a minute. Let me close that. And let me close that. And I will keep that up. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Let me share this document with you. I will give you this document during the class today. And by the way, I'm very honored to be your teacher today. And I'm going to give you this document. We're going to be talking a lot about this document today. But the first thing I want to ask you is, let me share this with you first. I don't think I'm sharing yet. Give me just a second. Okay. Now I can share it with you. We're going to be talking about this. And so I want to ask you, can anybody tell me, if we're going to be talking about pronunciation today, what is this? Anybody know what this is? What is this a diagram of? Can anybody tell me what this is a diagram of?
Maybe yes, ear phonetic.
I'm sorry?
Phonetic.
It's a graphic, but what is it trying to show us?
It's about phonetic.
It's about what?
Phonetic.
It is about phonetics. It's about sounds. But this is it's a diagram of a thing, this whole diagram. What is this?
English monophone and
The
diphthong.
position of the tongue.
Monophone.
Okay. The tongue is definitely a part of this. Okay. But when we talk about making the sounds of a language, we have to talk about that. Okay. So this is a picture of your mouth. Okay. So we're going to be talking about how to make sounds, whether they are made in the front of your mouth or the back of your mouth. And we're going to be talking about your jaw, whether your jaw is high or your jaw is low. Okay, so that's what this is. This is where sounds are articulated in your mouth. So in order to talk about, your mouth, we're going to be looking at how your mouth is or how it's held when you say certain sounds. Okay, so let's look at something interesting. Um, oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, hold on one second. I've got to go to another document real quick. Okay, I'm going to share a video with you. Here we go. Okay, so this is a video of someone's mouth in an MRI machine while they are speaking so that you can see inside the mouth while they're talking. All right, can everybody see the YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Yes.
Ich hätt es gern den aller Rindenei.
Okay. Oh,
In
sorry.
1990,
Oh, I don't know where that came from. Um, please try to avoid writing on the whiteboard. Okay. Um, let me see. I'll need to go to the whiteboard and clear all drawings. Okay. Okay, so it's easy to goof. I know I goof all the time myself. Um, All right, so that's one way of talking about your mouth. I'm going to share another video with you that he's going to talk a lot about some things that you don't really need to know, but the reason I want to show you this video is because he talks about that diagram that we were just talking about, the mouth. Okay, it's about 5.5 minutes, but it will help you to see kind of inside the mouth and what we're going to be talking about.
Hi, I'm Eric Singer. I'm back, and today I want to talk about...
All right, let me start you over. Okay, now I can share it with you. Share sound. Okay.
Hi, I'm Eric Singer. I'm back, and today I want to talk about some interesting similarities between different unrelated accents in the English-speaking world.
South.
South.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
We can define a vowel sound according to two pretty basic things. One is what the lips are doing, whether they're rounding forwards or not, and the other is where the tongue is in the mouth. And to pinpoint that, we use a map. We call it the vowel space. Looks like this. It's a quadrilateral. The front of the mouth, it's basically a person facing to the left like this. We're in a cross section. The front of the mouth is over here. Back of the mouth is over here. So let's talk about a feature I've talked a lot about before, goose fronting. Goose fronting, goose fronting, goose fronting. What is that exactly? I've said it means the goose vowel is pronounced further forward in the mouth, but what does that mean? So if the tongue is up like this, somewhere up in this area, and the lips are rounded forwards, we have an ooh sound. You can probably feel that. Make an ooh sound like a 19th century Shakespearean actor or a 1950s Noel Coward character saying, you too. And breathe in some cold air over that tongue. You might be able to feel that it's arched up high in the back, right up here. Now, if that arch of the tongue moves forwards, and you get something that's arched up high, but closer to the front of the mouth, something like oo, then you've got goose fronting. And we can find this goose fronting in a lot of different places in the world. You hear goose fronting in Australia.
Goose.
In London.
Goose.
In Ireland.
Goose.
You hear it in the southern US a lot.
Goose.
You can hear it in California accents.
Goose.
And here, for your viewing and listening pleasure, a goose fronting medley.
Goose.
Goose. Goose.
Goose.
Goose.
Goose.
Goose.
Now let's talk about something called mouth raising. This is a feature that we might find in Australian accents,
Mouth.
London accents,
Mouth.
New York accents,
Mouth.
a lot of southern accents.
Mouth.
Mouth, in my own accent, starts down here, something like ah, and moves up here and rounds the lips a little bit, something like ow. And you might be able to feel that in your own mouth if you imitate my mouth vowel. Mouth raising, then, would raise the starting point. So instead of being down around here, it's going to be a little bit higher and going to go something like ow. I'm not sure exactly which accent that was. They're all roughly similar, not exactly the same sound, but they're all going to start that mouth vowel from a little bit higher up. Here's a London version.
South.
Here's a New York version.
South.
Here's an Australian version.
South.
Here's a US Southern version.
South.
And here they are all up against each other.
South.
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 So in the kit set of words, words like ship and women and bid and mist, we have a phenomenon in New Zealand where the vowel sound, instead of being towards the front and pretty high, something like an I, it's going to move back towards the center, back towards this schwa, this sound. And that's why we had fish and chips as a way you might be able to tell an Australian from a New Zealander.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
In South Africa, we have something very similar. We have kit centering as well. The trick is it only happens on some of those kit words.
Milk, myth.
It's a little complicated, but if you follow that kit vowel with a g or a k, a hard G or a K sound, that's actually going to keep it from centering. It's going to keep it up. So you get big or kick.
Big, kick.
In other words, where you don't have one of those sounds following, it will also be centered like New Zealand. So but, cut.
But.
Fish and chips, chips.
So that's a weird, totally coincidental similarity between those two accents. Let's talk about a really similar start vowel in Boston accents and in Irish accents.
Start, va.
Trust in their heart or heart.
Instead of a start vowel like mine that might be very much towards the back of the mouth, R, I just followed by an R, but it starts back here, ah, this sort of low cupped area. We're going to have something that's much more fronted. We could call it start fronting. So we'll have a Boston accent that doesn't have that R sound. It's kind of just a vowel at the front. Start. Here's a Boston speaker.
Start, va.
In a very pronounced Irish accent, we're going to get a really clear version of that exact same vowel sound. We are going to hear it with an R after it, but the vowel sound is still this front ah, start. Here's one of those.
Trust in their heart or heart.
Start, va.
So hopefully now you know what the hell I'm talking about when I use terms like higher, lower, fronted, backed, centered.
Okay. So you don't need to know all of those things about goose fronting and kit vowels and that sort of thing. But he does a good job of showing you what we are going to talk about visually. And so when we, let me go back and share that document with you. Okay. I got to make sure I've got the right document. Hold on just 1 second here. Just 1 second. For 15. Okay. Here we go. All right. We close that one. I hope I shared the right one. Get my computer to behave. All right, let me make it a little bigger. Now I can share with you again. Sometime using Zoom makes it a little bit harder for me to use my mouse. I'm not sure why, but now I can share this with you. Yeah, I'm going to be giving you this document to download later in the hour or later today. This is the English alphabet with vowels and consonants, and we're going to be talking about some of this vocabulary. And we just watched these 2 videos, so you'll have links to those videos. And we're going to be talking about, you know, the vowels and the vowel space. And here is a way to talk about this. I apologize, my handwriting is terrible, but this is a good way for you to talk about where your mouth is, okay? So, or where you're articulating a sound. So high front sound would be E, your jaw is up, E, and your point of articulation where you're saying that is in the front of your mouth, E, 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 okay? And like Eric was talking about, this sound, ooh, it is high. Your jaw is high, but now you're articulating in the back of your mouth, the back. Okay, so this is high and back. Low and back would be like when you go to the doctor and the doctor wants to see if you're sick. What does the doctor tell you to say? The doctor tells you to say, ah. Okay. Why does the doctor want you to say ah, not e? Because when you say e, he can't see inside your mouth. So you drop your jaw all the way down, and now he can look and see in your mouth. Let's talk about your mouth for a minute so that we can talk about where we're articulating. Okay, so let's start. This is your nose. And your nose is important because there are some sounds that you can't say if your nose is closed. Like if I pinch my nose, I can't say because the sound is coming out of my nose. Okay, so the nose is important when you speak. This is your upper lip and your lower lip, and these are your upper teeth and your lower teeth. And this is called the alveolar ridge. So this is just behind your teeth. And when you say sounds like t, 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 you put the tip of your tongue here. So the alveolar ridge. Okay. This is the top of your mouth. It's called the hard palate. And this is the back of your mouth, and it's called the soft palate. Palate. Okay. This is your tongue. Your tongue, I think it is the strongest muscle in your body. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay. And this is the pharynx. This is where you breathe. And this is the larynx. And this is very important because this is where you make sound. Ah. Okay. Here from your larynx. All right. And this is a picture of your mouth. Here's the upper lip, your gums. Here's the hard palate. Here's the soft palate. And then this little thing in the back of your mouth is called the uvula. Uvula. And you articulate some sounds there. Okay. Here's your tongue, your teeth, your lower lip. Okay. So now let's go talk about some sounds now that we know where we are in the mouth. All right. So if you're on mute, you can talk all you want. So if you want to listen to what I say and repeat it, you're welcome to do that. And I encourage you to do that. So you can talk too, all right? I'm going to say these vowel sounds, and I'm going to talk about these vowel sounds. Am I sharing this? Am I sharing the document with you? Everybody see the vowels?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell if I'm sharing or not, if I can't see the green square. Okay, so I'm going to say them all quickly, and then I'll say them slowly. A, E, I, O, U. Now, notice that I'm saying the letter, okay? But now I want to talk about the sounds that I'm making. So today, when I talk about letter, I will talk about the letter A, for example. But if I talk about sounds, that's different, okay? So letter and sound are two different things, usually, okay? So when I say A, watch my mouth. A. My mouth is moving when I say A because I start down lower, A, and then I go up high, A. Okay, so then when I end up with E, E is way up high in my mouth. Okay, so vowel sounds can be these diphthongs. Okay, diphthongs is where you have two sounds, not just one. So when I say a, I'm saying two different sounds. That's a diphthong. Okay. So a is a diphthong. Now, when I say the letter E, that is not a diphthong. That's just one sound. Okay. E, E, E. It's high and it's in the front. E. Now, this letter I, when I'm talking about first person singular, I, all right, also means it's this thing that you see with your eye, all right. So that is also a diphthong. I, okay, I. So it starts low and goes high. I. The letter O is two different sounds because what you do is you round your lips when you say this. And so that is what we call lip rounding when you say O. Okay. Now, in many languages, the vowels are pure. They're just one sound, but not in English. In English, the vowel sounds are kind of complicated. Okay. So when you say O, you can't just say oh. You have to round your lips when you say oh. Okay, so if I make a mistake, I'll say oh no, oh no. Okay, so that's rounding your lips. Now, I'll say this, and I want you to think about where it's being articulated in my mouth. You. Okay, you. So the letter U also is, when I'm talking to you, it's the same sound. So second person singular, you. Okay, it's the same sound. You. Okay, think about where does that articulation start and where does it end? I'm going to slow it down. You. You. Let's go down and look at the diagram, the vowel space. Can you think about where does that articulation start and where does it finish? You. You. Okay, well, it starts here, E, and it ends up in the back. You. Okay, you. So it goes very fast. If I say you, you, it goes from front to back very quickly. All right, so that's where you are articulating that vowel sound. Okay, it's kind of fun to do all the vowels together without stopping. And you can go A-I-O, A-I-O, A-I-O-U, okay? And you can see how the mouth moves while you're doing that. A-E-I-O-U. Okay, now let's talk about the consonants. Now, when we're talking about the consonants, we're going to be talking about the letters, not the sounds. We're going to be talking about the letters. Okay, so I'm just going to say these once for you, and you can say it after me if you'd like. B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. I need to check something. Okay. Consonants. Yes. Okay. I'm going to go back and share that again. When I get to where I want to go. Hold on. Okay. So here's an illustration of how diphthongs work. And these are sounds that are made with vowels between the letters B and T. So when you talk about taking a bite of food, you say, you start here, bite, bite, and go up. When you say the word bout, you go ow, bout. When you say the word boy, you go boy. Okay, so those are diphthongs, 2 sounds in one. Now let's talk about syllables and emphasis. Okay, so this is the way I'm going to talk to you about syllables. Okay, so the word B is just 1 syllable. That's 1 major sound. Okay, but when I say college, I'm going 2 syllables. College, college, okay, college. Now, one of those syllables gets more emphasis than the other one. Which one gets emphasis when I say college? Is it the first syllable or is it the second syllable?
The
College.
first.
Yes, you're right. It is the first syllable. So when I want to talk to you about where the emphasis is and how many syllables we have, I will ask you, how many syllables? You'll say 2 syllables. I'll say, where's the emphasis? You'll say, it's on the first syllable. So I'll show it like this: college, college, to show with my finger moving up where the emphasis is. College. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're going to call that. We're going to call that a 2-1 word. Why do we call it 2-1? Because it's 2 syllables and the emphasis is on the first syllable. College. Okay. Now, listen to me say the word demand. How many syllables? 2 syllables, right?
Yeah.
Demand,
Yes.
demand. Where is the emphasis? On the first or second syllable?
The second.
It's on the second syllable. So I'll go demand, demand. Okay. And if I say the word, okay, so that is a 2-2 word. 2 syllables, emphasis on the second syllable. So we call it a 2-2 word. All right. If I say the word technology, technology, how many syllables?
We have 4.
We've got 4 syllables. And where is the emphasis? Technology, technology. Okay. So 4 syllables, technology. And where is the emphasis? Technology.
Second.
Yes, it's on the second. So technology. Technology. Okay. So the way we talk about this is we would say technology is a 4-2 word. It has 4 syllables and the emphasis is on the second syllable. Okay. So let's do a little practice. I'm going to put some words.
Second syllable.
Yes, good, good. Okay, I'm going to put some words in chat and let you tell me. Hold on a second. I need to move things around. All right. I'm going to put a word in chat. And you tell me what kind of word it is. International. International. International.
International. 5 syllable, right?
How many syllables, everybody? Think about it.
5 syllable, right?
International. Okay. Let's see. International.
International.
International. Okay.
National.
And where is the emphasis? International.
The third.
Okay.
Syllable.
International. International. Okay. Let's do another word. Let's do this word. In English, we say the word Vietnamese. Vietnamese. How many syllables?
3.
3.
3 syllables.
3 syllable.
3 syllables.
Let me say it again. Vietnamese. Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. Vietnamese. Vietnamese.
3 syllable.
3 syllables.
Three syllable.
Vietnamese. 4
4
syllables.
syllables.
Vietnamese. Vietnamese.
Okay, 4. We got 4.
And where is the emphasis? Vietnamese.
The third.
4.
Yeah. Vietnamese. Okay, it's on the 4th syllable. So what kind of word is that?
We got B.
B.
Vietnamese. Accent on the 4th syllable. Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. Oh, okay.
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
In my best English. I'm not telling you how to speak Vietnamese. I'm just telling you how I, as an English speaker, say the language that you speak. And I would say Vietnamese and the accents on the 4th syllable. So that is a 4-4 word. Let's try one more. Let's try a few more. What about this word? What kind of word is that?
United.
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 How many syllables? United.
Three syllables.
And where is the emphasis? United.
Second.
The second.
Emphasis on the second syllable.
Okay. We have 3 syllables, united, and the accent is united. United. Okay. United. Yeah, like if you were going to say the United States, you would say United. All right. Let's do this word. How many syllables?
One.
How many syllables? If you say
One syllable.
one syllable. Okay. Where's the emphasis? First syllable. Okay. So that one was easy. That one was easy. What about this word?
Study.
How many syllables?
Two syllables.
Study.
The emphasis on
And where is the
first.
emphasis?
On the first.
Okay. We have 2 syllables. Study. And the accent is on the first one. Study. Study. I have to study. Study. Okay. All right. What about this word? What about fantastic? How many syllables? Where's the emphasis?
Fantastic.
On
the second.
Okay. You said 3 syllables. Emphasis on the second. Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. You students are fantastic. Yes, you are. Okay. Now let's take this English actor. I don't know if you know this actor, but he's very famous now.
Okay.
And his name is Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay. How many syllables in Benedict?
3 syllables.
3. Okay. Where's the emphasis? Benedict.
On the first.
On the first syllable. Okay. And Cumberbatch.
3.
3 syllables. Emphasis on
First.
on the first. Okay. So it's a 3-1 word. Cumberbatch. Okay. We're going to see Benedict Cumberbatch today. All right. We're going to see him. Okay. So I wasn't sharing. Now I need to. Yes. Okay. We are on schedule, which is wonderful. Okay. Now. Just a second. Very good. When it's almost 8 o'clock your time, we will take a short break at 8 o'clock, but let me get started with this. Okay, so this is a listing of the sounds of English. And this is using the International Pronunciation. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here is we are not going to talk about letters. We are going to talk about sounds. And there's a big difference between letters and sounds. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the International Phonetic Alphabet.
No, phonetic alphabet.
Yeah, or IPA. So, and I gave you a link. You can use that link if you want to look it up. Also, you know, a lot of times when you are studying and you go on the web to look something up, and you find information on Wikipedia. A lot of times your professors say, no, 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 find a better source than Wikipedia. But I want to tell you that Wikipedia is an excellent source for information about phonetics. Apparently, many linguists have contributed to the information on Wikipedia. So if you get information on English pronunciation or the International Phonetic Alphabet, it's good information. Okay, I recommend it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about sounds. And the first sound that we're going to talk about is the sound P, P, P. And what this arrow shows you is that when we talk about these sounds, we're going to go from more obstruction to less obstruction. So in order for you to say the sound P, you have to actually put your lips together and no sound can come out. So that's an obstruction, and in phonetics we call it an obstruent. An obstruent. So in other words, putting your lips together means nothing can come out. So that is more obstruction. Okay, that's complete obstruction. And so let me tell you the difference between letters and sounds. Okay, what you see here is the letter P, but we're not talking about the letter P. We're talking about the sound P. Okay, because when I say P, I put my lips together and I say P, but then I say another sound, E. So that's the difference between talking about letters and sounds. And we're going to talk about sounds right now. Okay. It is 8 o'clock your time. It's time to take a short break. And when you come back, take 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes at the most. But when we come back, we will continue to talk about these sounds. Take a short break, and I'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, everyone, let's get back together, please. Okay, everyone, let's get back together, please. If you turn your camera on, I can tell if you're there. Okay. It's good if you have your camera on. It helps me.
Okay.
It's good to see you all. Okay, so this first group of letters, no, excuse me, this first group of sounds are called stops. Why are they called stops? Because what you're doing is you're stopping the air from coming out of your mouth. Okay, so here, this is you stop it and then you open your mouth and let it out. So this is This sound is you put your lips together and then you say buh, buh. Yeah, you can say it. It's okay. This is t, t, t. And this is duh, duh.
Yeah.
So your tongue is stopping the sound. Duh.
Duh.
And this sound is And you're stopping with the back of your mouth, with your soft palate. You're saying k, k, k. So at the back of your mouth, at the soft palate, you're saying k. This sound is the sound g, g,
G.
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 Mm-hmm. Now, I want to ask you a few questions. I want you to look at these letters. Okay, say those letters. Say the first three letters. The first, I'm sorry, not the first three letters. Say the first three sounds. Okay, so where are you stopping the air when you say p? You're using your lips to stop the sound. Okay. Now, where is the tip of your tongue when you say t, t, t? Where is the tip of your tongue when you say t, t, t? The tip of your tongue is on the alveolar ridge. Remember that word, alveolar ridge? It's behind your upper teeth. So when you say t, 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 the tip of your tongue is there. All right. And when you say k, 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 where are you stopping the air?
Right.
Okay, you're using the back of your mouth. You're using the soft palate. Okay, now I want to ask you a question. Listen to me say these sounds. I'm going to say the first three and then the second three. P, t, k, b, d, g.
G.
What is the difference between p, t, k and b, d, g? What's the difference? Where do you stop the air when you say b? B, b, b. Mm-hmm. You stop it with your lips, right? B, b, b. Where, when you say duh, where is the tip of your tongue? Duh, duh. Where is the tip of your tongue? Duh, duh, duh. It's on the alveolar ridge. Duh, duh. Mm-hmm. And where do you stop the air when you say g, g, g? It's in the back of your mouth, on the soft palate. G, g, g. Way in the back. Okay. So what is the difference? All right. So when you say p, you articulate that right here. And when you say b, you articulate it right here. So if you're articulating it at the same place, what is the difference between saying p and b? What's the difference? They're two different sounds. P, p, p.
Unvoiced sound.
Exactly. The difference is here in your larynx, okay? So when you say p, 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 you are not using your larynx. So we call that unvoiced. Unvoiced. P is unvoiced. Notice it's different when I talk about the letter P. That's different because we're not talking about the letter. We're talking about the sound. P. Okay. And when I say B, I'm using my voice and then I open my lips. B. B. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's the difference between T and D? What's the difference? I'm putting the tip of my tongue on the alveolar ridge. T, D, T, D. What's the difference?
The unvoiced.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so duh is voiced. Okay, so d, d, d. I'm using my larynx. I'm using my voice. And the same thing is true of k and g. So you're articulating in the back of your mouth. K, k, is unvoiced. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And g, g, I'm using my larynx, so I'm using my voice. So those are voiced sounds. G.
G. G.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go back to what I was sharing with you. Okay, so I really like this page because this shows you the IPA symbol. Notice that it's not saying letters, even though this one is a letter. This is a symbol for the sound P. Here's a word that is an example. Spit. Okay. And here's a transcription of that word. And then here are more examples. Spark, crispy, upper, culprit, bumper. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to give you this document and you can have it forever and ever. You can write on it, whatever you want to do with it. I'm going to give it to you a little bit later when we're finished with it. But I'm just going to go through these sounds and you can say it after me if you want, but we will talk about them. But these are all called stops because what you're doing is you're stopping the air from coming out of your mouth. Okay, these are aspirated stops, meaning aspirated means there is some air coming out. So when you say pit, you're saying pit, like you have some air coming out. So these examples would be pit, tick, and keep. So aspirated just means air comes out. Okay. Affricate. Affricates means there's some friction there. Something is giving some friction, okay? So that you know how to say the sound, here is the symbol for the sound. And I know it's very hard to see. Let me see if I can increase the size. Okay. You can probably even read it now. Okay. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so you can see that, for example, this is not in the English alphabet. It is a symbol. It's not a letter of the alphabet. If you look very closely, you'll see, okay? So this sound is ch, 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 ch. Like if you say the English word chip, ch. Mm-hmm.
Chip.
So
Chip.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Chip.
Ch, 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 chip.
Chip.
Mm-hmm. So you see the air is rushing over the tip of your tongue. Ch, ch, ch. Okay, you're stopping the air, but the tip of your tongue is on the alveolar ridge. All right, so you would say chip or lunch, letcher, ditch, belch. Okay, now that one ch is not voiced, but this one is voiced. So you would say this sound is j, j, j. So you're using your larynx, you're using your voice, j. Yeah. And if that's the way you say my name, you say Jack.
Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Jack.
Yeah, so it's
Jack.
voiced. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm not going to do all of the examples, but I will do the first example. This one is pronounced judge. And if you were to write it in symbols, this is the word judge. So you see you have j here and you have j here. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking English is crazy because you can write that sound j with a j or a g, and that's true. And it is true that English is crazy and English is hard to pronounce. It's hard to know how to pronounce these things, but that's why we're here today to talk about the sounds of English, okay? So let's go to the fricatives. All right, so these are sounds that are made by making friction, okay? And you're going to use air against a part of your mouth to make that friction, okay? So this is the sound, and to do that, you put your teeth on your bottom lip and blow air. So if you want a nice bowl of pho, then you need to make the sound. And if you want to look in the mirror when you say this, your upper teeth should be on your lower lip. Okay? So an example would be the word fit. Mm-hmm.
Fit.
Fit. Mm-hmm.
Fit. Fit.
Exactly.
Fit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you this. Is this voiced or unvoiced when you say
Unvoiced.
that is unvoiced, right? Okay, good. When you say this one, this is voiced. So when you say v, 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 you're using your voice. Okay, so I think these are better examples over here. So vote,
Vote.
oven, prove, and you can see that this is a very helpful document because it shows you where the sound is in the word. In the word vote, it underlines the V at the beginning of the word. In oven, it's in the middle of the word. And the word prove, you don't pronounce the E. The E is silent. So it's the last sound in the word prove. Okay. Now, by the way, you know, I've taught English to students from all over the world, and this sound is very difficult for Spanish speakers. It's very difficult for them to make that sound. Okay. I don't I don't think it would be true for you because you are from Vietnam, and that is the sound that you make when you say Vietnam. Okay.
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Now, the next two sounds are usually very difficult for many speakers who are learning English. This symbol, notice that it is not a letter of the alphabet. It is called theta. It's from Latin. And so this is the symbol, and this is an unvoiced sound, unvoiced. What you do is you have to put your tongue between your teeth. So your tongue comes out, and it's unvoiced, not voiced. So this is sound. Okay, so a good example word would be thick. Thick.
Thick.
Thick.
Thick. Thick.
Let's do these together too. Thought.
Thought.
Ether.
Ether.
Teeth.
Teeth.
Three.
Bathroom. Okay. Okay, so that's unvoiced. The next one is the same thing. The symbol is a funny symbol called the ev. Yeah. But this is the same sound, but now you're going to use your voice. So, use your voice. Okay, so now the example is going to be though, then, bother. This word is teeth. Yeah. This is a word that you use for a baby. You know, when a baby gets their first teeth, it's painful. Okay. It hurts the baby when those teeth start coming out. And that's called, you would say, oh, my baby is, somebody says, why is your baby crying? You would say, oh, my baby is teething. Teething. That means they're getting their first teeth. Okay, so this word is not, this is teeth, but this is teeth. Okay. And this is the verb that you do. You bathe. Okay. So those are two really hard sounds. I think some of the rest of them are not going to be as hard as those. Okay, let's do this one. This one is no voice, unvoiced. Sip. Do the same thing, but add voice, and you get zzz. Zip. Or zap. Okay.
Zap.
Notice this symbol. It's not a letter of the alphabet. It is a symbol. And this is the sound shh. Notice what my lips are doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is on a ship. Ship.
Ship. Ship.
Ship.
Yeah.
Ship.
Now, let's go back to this one. This one is sip,
Sip.
Ship.
but this one is ship.
Ship. Ship.
Now, this is an interesting sound that we get in English. And notice it is not a letter of the alphabet. It is a symbol. This one is voiced and it's pronounced yeah. So ship is unvoiced, but is voiced. So when you ladies put the red on your cheeks, if you do, that's called rouge. Rouge. And we have the English word measure.
Measure.
Yeah.
Measure.
So I apologize that English is not easy to pronounce, but we're going to practice, okay? So this sound zh can be written with many different letters. So rouge, measure,
Rouge. Measure. Measure.
azure,
Azure.
visual,
Visual.
garage.
Garage.
Yeah.
Garage.
Okay. Now this one is easy because you just go open your mouth and go all right. So you wear a hat.
Hat.
Mm-hmm. Now this is also difficult for some people learning English, but you do have air coming out when you say hat. Hat. Okay. And here's the word who. Okay. Now let's go to the nasals where it comes out of your nose. Okay. So the first one is and it is voiced. And this one is okay. You have your lips together. The tip of your tongue is on the alveolar ridge. Okay. Vietnam. And then yeah, N-A-M. Vietnam. Vietnam. Okay. This one is interesting. And it's hard for me to show you how to say this. This is called, the symbol is called engma, and this sound is what my tongue, this is in the back of my mouth. Okay, so my tongue is going up to the soft palate. Okay, okay. So if you were to say the word Kong. This is the sound of My tongue in the back of my mouth is going up, and and making the air go through my nose. Okay. Mm, mm, mm.
In Vietnamese, we also have this sound.
Good. Okay. What's a good word in Vietnamese for that?
N N-G.
Okay. And say it for me.
Like uh like I will say it by name. Nguyệt.
Just give tell us a word that has that sound in it.
Okay, I will type it in a box chat. That's okay.
No, just say it.
Yeah, like ngân.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Thank you for that. That's very helpful. Okay. Now, these are called syllabic nasals. And this is, I'm just gonna say the word, and you can hear the M sound in the word. So bottom, prism, prism. Hmm. Okay, and this is again, but I'll say the word button. Yeah, except, okay, so here's an interesting thing. When you articulate and when you enunciate and you speak perfect pronunciation of English, and depending on where you live and how you talk, you might say button, button. But I do not talk like that, okay? I say button, button, button. No, I don't say t. I don't say the t at all. I say button, button. Yeah, I hear somebody. Yeah, it goes straight from button, button, button. Okay. Yeah, button. And so let me come back to that. I want to go back up here to the top. Okay, let's talk about 3 words or 4 words for a minute. Okay, so the way I talk and the way you talk is called prosody. Prosody just means the way you talk. Okay. Now, in Vietnam, you have different dialects of Vietnamese, right? You have the southern dialect and the northern dialect. And so dialect is the way a group of people talks. Okay? So in way, you probably have a particular dialect for that region of central Vietnam. This word, idiolect, is the way one person talks. It's called an idiolect. Yeah. So let me ask you this. Do you talk exactly the same way that your father talks?
No.
There's going to be a little differences, right? They
Yeah.
might be little, but okay, so you could say, well, in my idiolect, I say button. Maybe you say button, but in my prosody, I say button. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can say it however you want. You can say button or you can say button. Okay, so this is your choice. Also, I want to talk about varieties of English. Okay, so there. Yeah. So. Mhm. So British English, there are many different types of British English. We would say there are many varieties of British English, but you wouldn't call them dialects, because I can understand a person from England, even though, they have different words than we do in the United States, but I understand them. So I would not call that, I wouldn't call British English a dialect. I would say that is a variety of English. And there are many varieties of American English too. So the English that I speak, I come from Atlanta, and Atlanta is in the South. And there are some words that we use here that people in New York would never use. Okay. So in English, when we want to say, I'll put it in chat. In English, when I want to talk to all of you students at the same time, proper way to do that in English is to say you. Yeah. But then I need, if Wen says, are you talking to only me? I'll say, no, all of you. Okay, so we don't have a word for that in English, but we have a way to say it. And in Atlanta, in the South, we use this word, y'all. Okay, but if you don't live in the South of the United States, if you use that word in New York City, they will laugh at you. Okay, they really will. Y'all, what is that? So the way that most Americans today say you plural is they will say you guys. And that goes for men and women now. But that's relatively new English. But now if you want to say all of you, you can say you guys. Okay, so it would be appropriate for me as a teacher to say, if I were to talk to all the students, I could say you guys. Okay, and that's perfectly appropriate and proper for me to do that in the United States. Okay, now let me get back to, I need to go a little faster now because we still have a lot to do. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you dizzy, but okay. Now we're getting down to what's called the liquids. And this is the sound L. And I put the tip of my tongue on the alveolar ridge and say, oh. Like if I'm looking at a leaf on a tree, I'll say leaf, loose, lock, alive, hollow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now this sound, is actually the sides of my tongue. The sides are coming up. This sound, yeah. So reef, rod, arrive, and tear. Now, some speakers of American English and most British speakers, at the end of the word, like tear, they won't say terror. They'll say ta. Okay, that's different varieties. Okay, this is called a flap because the tip of your tongue goes like this. So when I say butter, the tip of my tongue flaps my alveolar ridge, and I'll say butter, 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 butter. Okay,
Butter.
this one's called a flap.
Butter.
Okay, and then this is the sound L that comes out of your nose. Okay, let's talk about this word, bottle, 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 L. The tip of my tongue is on the alveolar ridge. The sound is coming out of my nose. Okay. Okay, and then this is an sound, bird, bird, early. Okay, hurt, stir. Okay, if you have a cat, your cat might purr. Go see the doctor, the leader. Okay. Now, let's talk about glides. So this one is, the reason they call it a glide is because, well, okay, let's do the first one. The first one is yeah, like yet, or the word use. Okay. So yeah. This is a w. So round the lips. Which, wait, weird, queen, now. Round your lips. And then this one is aspirated. In other words, you say this word, you say which and what. I'm exaggerating, so I would just say what, but it does have air coming out. What, where, when. Yeah. Okay, now the vowels, we have already talked about the vowels. So I'm going to let you, I'm going to give you this document and I'm going to let you go and look at these sounds. I'll just say them one time for you. Okay. E, fee, I, fit, a, fate, let, a, bat, shut, suppose, ow, crowd, eyes, lies, ooh, boot, book, oh, note, oi, boy, thought, rob. Okay, so I'm going to give you this document before the end of class. But what I want to do is I want to show you that there are some very practical applications for knowing how to use these, the International Phonetic Alphabet. I'm going to stop sharing that document with you. And I'm going to share another document. I'm going to give you this document too today. And I'm not going to talk about grammar, but when I teach the English past tense, I also teach my students, and this is a very difficult part of English, as you know, past tense, but I also teach my students how to pronounce those past tense forms. And I think you will find this to be very helpful when you're doing the past tense. And so I just want to show you the different ways of knowing how to pronounce past tense verbs. Okay, so I know English is crazy. I know it is. I don't deny it. But I'm going to tell you that this can help you know how to pronounce something. Okay, so if after unvoiced sounds such as p, k, f, s, sh, and ch, the final ed is pronounced like the letter T in cat. Okay, so the past tense of help is helped. Okay, P is an unvoiced sound. And remember, we're talking about the final sound in the word. We're talking about the word help. And the final sound in the word help is a P, which is unvoiced. So if it's an unvoiced sound, it's going to sound like T at the end. So helped, stuffed, laughed, missed, diced, fixed, looked, fished, marched. Okay. Here's another good thing to know. After voiced sounds at the end of the word, okay, like take the word grab, b is voiced. So now after voiced sounds, it's going to sound like the d, like in good. Okay, so grabbed, hugged, saved, oozed, pleased, massaged, raged. Okay, and then here are some other ones. And then the final ed is pronounced like D after all vowel sounds. Okay, notice that I didn't say vowel letters, I said vowel sounds. So the letter Y is not a vowel, but stay, E is a vowel sound. Okay, stayed. So it's going to sound like a D after all vowel sounds. Okay, stayed, freed, lied, hoed, sued, skied, snowed, tried. Yeah, I'm going to give you this document too, and you can keep it. All right. So this will be a way for you to know how to pronounce verbs that are in the past tense. I will give this to you, I promise. Okay. I need to go check something real quick. We've got about 10 minutes left. Okay. Is there anything that you want me to help you with? Is there anything in particular that is difficult for you that I can help you with? Okay, then what I'm going to do, oh, come on.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I know how to pronounce the sound J and J. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So J, like when you say my name, Jack, that's voiced. And if you say cheese, ch, that ch is unvoiced.
Okay.
Yeah.
J.
Jack, cheese. So voiced and unvoiced. Okay, so you've been working very hard. Let's have a little bit of fun. I am going to share something with you real quick. And these are called tongue twisters because they're hard to say. It's kind of like it makes your tongue do funny things.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, see if I'm going to say it for you one time. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, so can you say she sells seashells by the seashore?
She sells seashell by the seashore.
Good. Okay, great. What
She
about this
sells
one?
She sells seashell by the seashore.
Perfect. Okay. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a
Peter Piper. Peter Piper. Peter Piper picked a
Peter
peck
Piper picked a
peppers.
peck of pickled peppers.
Okay. Okay. And this one, if Ed had edited it.
If Ed had
Ed had edited it.
Yeah. Now, if you say that fast, if Ed had edited it, if Ed had edited it,
If Ed had edited it.
if Ed had edited it.
If Ed had edited it.
No fun.
If
Ed had it.
Okay.
It's too hard.
It
If Ed
is.
had
You
it.
can practice. Now, this one
It's too
is
difficult.
my favorite. When you jiggle something, you know, you shake it like this. It means jiggle. Jiggle. Mm-hmm. If you jiggle it a little, it'll open. If you jiggle it a little, it'll open.
If you jiggle it a little, it opens.
If you jiggle it a little, it'll open.
If you jiggle it opens.
Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna go visit Benedict Cumberbatch, and I want you to see this because what Benedict Cumberbatch does, he's a British actor, but he also acts in American films, so he has to know how to speak American English also. And I want you to just watch this short little thing on video. Let me stop sharing that document and let me go to this and let me okay, he's going to do something that we've been talking about. Let me go full screen, Benedict. And here we go. This is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch met a feminist lumberjack. Benedict Cumberbatch met a feminist. Oh, hello. You caught me doing my standard vocal warm-up exercises. Actually, I'm glad you're here because I've got a question for you. Yes, you who aren't paying attention. Pay attention. I suppose I should explain. I am Benedict Cumberbatch, actor. And I'm teaming up with Amaze to fly you and a friend out to Los Angeles to attend the world premiere of my next student film, Avengers Infinity War. Which, for those of you who don't speak American accents, is Avengers Infinity War. And seeing as, well, we'll be in LA at the same time, it's the perfect opportunity for us to meet for tea and delightful conversation. What will it be like to have tea with an actor, you ask? Well, I prepared a short monologue for you that should make things quite clear. And go, actor. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is my handle. And this is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. Release, and I'm back. Hi. It'll be exactly like that. But the best part of this is that every donation benefits the Gianco Foundation. Their mission is to save and transform the lives of the poor and vulnerable in Africa, and they're a charity very dear to my heart. So for your chance to help with that great cause, to have tea with me, and to win 2, not 1, but 2 tickets to the premiere of Avengers Infinity War, click the link or go to omaze.com/Benedict. Benedict. Just once, I was saying that for clarity.
Second.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a little bit more work to do on my warm-up. So, Benedict Cumberbatch, Benedict Cumberbatch, Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack. Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack. Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack. See you in LA.
Học bên môn nữa.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Does somebody want to say something? Oh, okay. Okay, I just wanted you to see, you know, how he uses all of those sounds that we talked about today. As an actor, he goes through all of those sounds. And then, you know, his enunciation is very clear, and he uses British English and American English. I'm going to give you the link so that you can see that for yourself if you want. Here's the nursery rhyme that he said. And he uses this sentence: Benedict Cumberbatch met a feminist lumberjack, and Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack. And what he's doing is he's using all of the different English sounds to practice to act in movies. So you can maybe see if you can you say this sentence: Benedict Cumberbatch met a feminist lumberjack. That's a good way for you to practice your pronunciation. Can you say Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack? Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch broke a delicate luggage rack.
Okay.
That's right.
So I know English is hard, but English can also be a lot of fun. Okay, isn't English fun? Also, there is a link to a guy who talks about tongue twisters in English in different accents. So you can see that. It's 16 minutes, so it's rather long. And we are near the end of class. So I now want to give you links to all of the documents that I want you to have. Let me do that now. Okay, I need to go to my Google Drive. Okay, let me see, share. Anyone with the link? Copy link. Okay, this is the first document that I want you to have. It's in chat. And this is the next document I want you to have. Okay. So here's another document. And here's the past tense. Document. Okay, so there are the 3 documents that we used today. And were you able to get those? Okay. It's time to finish class, and I put 3 documents in chat to you. And I just want to thank you. It's been an honor and a pleasure to talk to you about pronunciation of English. And I would just say, you know, keep these documents. I hope that they will be helpful to you in the future. And the English that I have heard from you has been very good. So I want to congratulate you for doing that difficult thing of learning English. So thank you all. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Teacher.
It's nice
Thank you,
to learn
teacher.
from
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Goodbye,
everybody.
teachers.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Goodbye.
Have a nice weekend.
Hope
Oh,
to
you
learn
too.
with you
Okay.
again.
Is that your
Hope
daughter?
to learn with you again.
Good to
Just
see
let
you
me be
again.
so happy.
Okay.
Bye. See you later.
Goodbye, everybody.
Maybe.
Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
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 Bye, little girl. Bye-bye, little girl.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Still late tonight. At big camp.
Oh, that's great. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jack.
Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.
Yep.
All right, I'm
Thank
going
you,
to
Jack.
end. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.